Hey everybody, Splitty here. And I did not want to do that. I was just gonna feel like playing a random game of Diablo. So figured I'd bring you guys along. This isn't like gonna be a thing or anything. Just right there. Go go in there. Just felt like playing a little bit, chit chatting. You know, the usual. So how are you guys doing? Because you know you're right here with me as we play. Yes, I am going to unleash my power. This is Diablo 3. This is one of my higher characters. It's my demon hunter. I have fun with it. I shoot stuff. I blow things up. It's how I roll. You know. So I was wondering, want to get more engaged with the people, with you people, with all of you people. So I figured I would sit down, chit chat a little bit, get your guys' input on things. Like, I play various different kinds of games. Yeah, I play RPGs. RPGs is usually my favorite for the most part. But I play RPGs. I play, you know, point and clicks, adventure games, some platformers. Really not so much platformers anymore as I did when I was younger. Which is really strange, seeing as that's what I grew up on. Really, it's just kind of strange, quite honestly. What kind of games do you guys into? That's what I want to know. I want to know what kind of games do you guys play. And actually, how many of you that watch like Let's Plays and stuff are actually gamers? That's another thing. Like, I've been a gamer forever, since I was a kid. I blame that on my father. He was the one who first got me into gaming. The growing up, we had the Atari, and then we ended up having an NES, a Sega Master System. Yeah, with the little light phaser and the 3D goggles. One of the games I liked to play with the 3D goggles was Maze Hunter. I was terrible at it, but it was a fun game. If you guys know any of those games, we played Aztec Adventure, Quartet, um, Gangster Town. I was terrible at the light gun. And Gangster Town was a really hard game to play for me as a kid on the Master System.
I need more hatred to do that.
But on Nintendo, that was where I really got my love for RPGs. Seeing as one of the first games I played, and played terribly, by the way, well, other than Mario and Duck Hunt, blah blah blah. Dragon Warrior, which is Dragon Quest, but it was called Dragon Warrior back then on the NES. Dragon Warrior 1 was the first RPG my father got us into, me and my brother, and it was amazing. Where for you people who probably have never played it, or I'm sure you've heard of it, Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, I'm sure you've heard of it, but the whole story behind it, well, the first beginning part was like you're in this castle, and the king's like, go rescue my daughter, or the Dragon Lord's back or something. Well, anyway, you have to rescue his daughter, and I remember the first time I got to that part where you have to fight like this green dragon and then save the princess. Well, when you save the princess, wait, that's a gem hoarder. Oh, give me that. When you save the princess, you like pick her up and start walking around with her. Even on the overworld map, you're carrying her, and this little tune's playing. And when I got to that part, I thought I'd beaten the game. It was hilarious. My dad was like, no, you still got more to do, lots more. And I was so proud of myself, and then my hopes dashed because I hadn't finished it, but I had beaten the Green Dragon. And the Green Dragon was hard. He was a cheating bastard, is what he was. Yeah, let's see. It was Dragon Warrior the RPG. For the RPGs, there was I didn't own it, but I would rent Final Fantasy 1 on the NES, and I didn't beat that one for the longest time. I didn't beat that one until I was older, because that one was a little more complicated. Because even Dragon Warrior would kind of still give you hints on where to go. Final Fantasy on the NES eventually kind of just was like, nope. Where do you go? I don't really know. But I liked it when you would get the upgrades to the classes. I always thought that was neat. Because it felt like you were like, oh, they're changing. I used to think that they were little kids, and then like they were getting older. But we had that, and then we had the Mario games. We didn't have Mario 2. I actually never had Mario 2. I played it, but never owned it. Owned Mario 1, and then got Mario 3 when it came out, and then I would play that for days. For days. I probably can't play it worth a crap now. I have the reactions of an old man. But, yeah, played that one. DuckTales for the NES. Rescue Rangers. Ugh, that game. So good. So fun. Let's see. It was really nice that for a while growing up, my mom worked at a video rental place, and we could just take home free games and play them. That was always fun. I'm going to kill all you guys now with my conduit of conduitiness. I don't like running into... I like to make sure things die when I have this. All the things. Oh, I killed that guy. That's nice. Now, there wasn't very many, for the Master System, the Sega Master System, there wasn't very many RPG. There was, I always call it Wise, but I think it's Ys. There was Ys 1 that we had, and that one was alright. I couldn't get used to the whole walking up and running into guys. You know, I'm moving my hands and demonstrating. You guys can't see that. Running into guys to get the to do the damage, because there wasn't really any battle scenes, so that's when I could hurt. And then we had a game called Miracle Warriors, which I never finished because that game was hard and really I didn't understand it, but it was fun. I always love RPGs, even if I can't beat them or really understand them. I still enjoy playing them. I just recently bought, it was a remaster on the PC for, it's Genesis game. I didn't even know existed. It was Pier Solar and the something something. I played a little bit of it. It's pretty fun. But yeah, it's like your JRPG. It's fun. I'm gonna get to it eventually. I started playing actually recently. I bought Avernum, if anybody's ever heard of that, on the PC. I bought that recently and I've been playing it. That game's no joke. That game does not piss around. It hurts. It's very not forgiving. So yeah, RPGs are kind of my thing. I've played pretty much of all the Final Fantasies except okay. Ouch. I have not finished 12. Never finished 12. I have it. Never finished it. Oh, I did almost get through 10 too, until I realized you have to talk to every freaking NPC, every place you go, every freaking chapter or whatever, or you don't get the best ending. So I was like, screw that game. It's whatever. Not that it's a terrible. They had a couple good scenes in it, but I mean, fan service or whatever. People like it. My Final Fantasies, actually, with most everybody, like, it started out with one when I was a kid, but I mean, I really didn't get into, well, I say I didn't really get into a Final Fantasy until 7, which is not technically true. I did play Final Fantasy 2 on the NES, which is Final Fantasy 4. Not the NES, the SNES.
Not enough hatred.
No, that was okay. I appreciate it more now than I did then, for the story and whatnot. Let's see. I have the iteration of Final Fantasy, the first Final Fantasy on the when they came out on the PlayStation. I have the one that's for the Game Boy. It's yeah, Game Boy. Oh, there's a part of my life right there. Game Boys are amazing. I remember getting what was it? Which one was it? Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, and you had to, and it was on the original Game Boy. So like at night we had the little Game Boy light things that would hook onto it, which were really ass, but it was the only way if you wanted to play at night. Good times. We were going to my grandparents and sitting there in the middle of the night in my sleeping bag with this little dinky, or not a dinky, because it was a bulky thing that would just connect to the Game Boy on top, and it was just these two little lights on the side with a bill magnifying lens to magnify the screen. It was amazing. Technology these days. You kids don't know how good you have it. Never got into Pokemon, really. I've played a couple of them, but I just never really got into it. Not one of those people. I don't dislike it, but I don't necessarily care about it either. It's like when some of my friends, if you people know Sage Master 15, if you don't know who he is, go find out who he is. He's awesome. And some other people, they'll be sitting there talking about Pokemon, and I feel like I'm the guy that's just sitting there in a group conversation, just if you're talking on the phone to someone, you're just like, yeah, yeah, I know too. Like that's how I feel like when I've been up there having their conversations. They're going on and on, and I'm just like, yeah. I think what you said about that one character is the best thing ever, and that is true on all sense of the game. I didn't know that there was so much lore to that game. It's like there's like a Jesus Pokemon or something, and then there's like a Pokemon that created the universe, or like, I don't know. Like, apparently God's something with antlers or something, which would be amazing. That would be one of the coolest things ever. If like you ascend to whatever plane of existence you think you go to when you die, and all of a sudden you find out the person who runs said plane of existence is like a deer with multicolored antlers and speaks Klingon or something. That would be probably almost the best thing ever. Let's see, what other games do I like? I do enjoy some of the first-person shooters. Now, I didn't get into first-person shooters until way late in the game. And by I say way late, I mean the first one I ever really played, I played some of the, the usual. I played Wolfenstein, I played Doom, and I love those games. And, I'm not a heretic. I've played the old school, What was that? One game? Can't remember it, but like it was the same. It was like kind of done on the same engine as one of the Duke Nukem games, and it was this guy, and you were part of this cult, but then the cult kills your wife or something. Anyway, I played that one, and oh crap! Well, that's good to know. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Hello, Orlash. Are you going to try and kill me? Yeah, you're going to try and kill me. I would highly suggest that you don't try to kill me because I am awesome. Or you can just stand there. That works for me too. So, but I really didn't get into first-person shooters until Call of Duty 4, like the actual Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, where I was working. A whole bunch of my buddies, well, they were coworkers at the time and became my buddies. They all played, it came out and they were like, you need to get this game and play it with us and stuff. And I was like, whatever. It was just so happened that our roommate at the time had a 360, so he bought the game, and that and Halo 3. So I got started with Call of Duty 4, and I was terrible at it. I'm still terrible at first-person shooters, but I have my soft spot for them. I don't mind them. They're good. Paragon. Ooh, Keystone of Dreams and a Forgotten Soul. Nice. Yeah, give me this stuff. Let me get rid of it anyway. Give me all the things. Oh, okay. And more dexterity, because I like to jump around. Jump up, and get down.
am returning to town.
Now, with the first-person shooters, I have like, even though I haven't played a lot of them, or no, played a lot of them, I got in late. I say late in the game,
Impressive.
like I'm so young and not as, but some good stories. I played with some people who they weren't elitists or anything, but they weren't necessarily the nicest people all the time. And there was a lot. There was some trash talking, especially on Call of Duty 4. There was one day. I'm not going to say the word because then you people will look it up, and I would never be able to live with myself for what you find out. So we were all playing Call of Duty 4, and there was this guy on the chat, and he was like just talking trash, and every time he'd kill somebody, he'd be like, "Oh man, yeah, I just this word you," and we're like, "What? What does that even mean?" And he started laughing, and he was just like, "You guys need to go. You need to go on a Urban Dictionary and look it up right now." And so, it's
My hatred is
being
too
stupid like we are, we decided to go ahead and go on Urban Dictionary and look this word up, and sure enough, our lives were never the same. We looked up the word. No, I'm not going to say the word because I can't. And we laughed, we cried, we sang a little song. No, we didn't. But we did laugh, and we were thoroughly disgusted with life. We're like, people actually do that? That's actually a thing? That couldn't... Words do not just come up out of nowhere just because. Like, there has to be a reasoning behind the word, And it's like, people actually do that? That's just not right. Not right at all. Wait, I heard you. Okay, I'm going to come down. Can I come down here? Is there a way down? I'm going to come down here and kill you. Just because. Here we go. You're going to die now.
Do you want more?
You're going to die. Drop those blood shards. Come back here. Nope, you're dead. There you go. Oh, that may actually fill me
My
up.
bag is too heavy.
Yeah, it did.
I am returning to town.
I am returning to town. Oh, no. My bag's too heavy. I'm hitting my face. Okay. I don't even know what I want to spend it on.
You look like you could use a new item of indeterminate.
Let's see. Yeah, whatever. Might as well. Let's spend 50 on it. Well, actually, let's go for an amulet, just because.
Lucky you.
Really? What did I get? Not that good. Not that good, really. Okay, well, let's now go for a
Don't
ring.
forget, luck always changes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, luck always changes. Really? 2? And it's not really that good. What? Someone's... Forgot to turn down my phone again, so it's getting texts. I don't know how to spell. It's my friend. You want to listen to me text him? Of course you do. Nada. I am just chilling. This is what my life is, folks. And you're going to have to hear it go off again, just because. I need to... Okay, go back to the thing. We will go through the rest of this portal. And then I think I'll be done just talking. But we'll go through this. So, yeah. It was interesting, but the whole first-person shooter thing is I met a lot of good friends. Almost of all of my friends that live out of state, that's how I met them, was through working there. And the Xbox, it brings people together. Let's see. Other games. What other games did I? Let's see. Other genres. I'm trying to think of other genres I can talk about. My point and clicks. Some of them aren't necessarily point and clicks. Some are like puzzles. Growing up, my parents liked the old They enjoyed the old puzzly FMV kind of. games like Return to Zork, which is a really fun game. I actually have Zork Grand Inquisitor and Zork Nemesis from Goog, and I had never played Grand Inquisitor before I had bought that game. That game is amazing. It's so funny. Zork Nemesis is actually really freaking dark. Usually the games are funny and they have like this comedic feel to them. Not that one. That one's like straight up dark, and but wasn't what I expected. It was good though. Good game. Some of those puzzle games could be mad hard. Some of them freaked me out. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not paying attention. I am so going to die. You watched me die. I figured I would. Because I'm not paying attention. I'm too busy talking and not staring at anything. What did just drop? A potion. I already got a potion. Is this one good? What is it? I'm curious now. The potion relics or legendaries are actually really interesting. That one's amazing. Oh, give me that. This one, the other one gives me resist all by 68 for 5 seconds, but I'll take a life on hit by 2,000. Hells yeah. Our adjustment, it's blues.
Do you want more?
Diablo, since I'm playing the game, I might as well talk about this. Diablo, I've actually played every single Diablo. I've played Diablo 1, and me and my buddy from high school, when I was in high school, many years ago. I'm an old man, people. That's just what I'm trying to tell you. I'm an old man. He bought where did he get it? He got it. Maybe it was off of eBay at the time. I don't know. He'd got Diablo 1 for the PlayStation, and so me and him played through that game so much. It was great. But on the PlayStation, it was very weird. It was still a fun game.
I need more hatred to do that.
You want more hatred? You've got more hatred. Hate everything. Diablo 2, he actually was also the one that bought Diablo 2 on the PC and played that. He was also the one that bought Dark Age of Camelot, and I started playing that on the PC. He bought a lot of games that I ended up playing. And then when Diablo 3 came out, I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. It's pretty good. I don't mind it. I go in and out of phases of playing it. I'll play it for a few months, stop playing it for a few months, play it for a few months.
Do you want more?
But it's a fun game. I know a couple people who play it. I was really into MMOs at one point in time. Old school MMOs. Like when I was in high school, there was MMOs and I played those. Those are fun. The first MMO I played was like this hardcore role-playing one. This was in the 90s, mind you, so there was like EverQuest. Asheron's Call, I think, was becoming pretty popular, or was pretty popular by the time I'm talking about. There was Ultima Online. I actually played Ultima Online. That one wasn't too bad. I played it on the not like the dedicated servers, but the
Feel my wrath.
yeah, give me that HP life on hit. Played it on private servers, and where you could like jack with everything in the game. And my buddy, he became one of the moderators for a server, and we would just screw up everything. It was amazing. And then eventually I did get into Dark Age of Camelot, and I got into City of Heroes. That one was fun. That one was really fun. God, gotta go fast. I can really move. And I got into World of Warcraft. Played that for many years. My buddy still keeps bugging me to get back into it. Just doesn't interest me anymore. doesn't interest me. Not that it was bad. It was a fun game. It's definitely still a decent MMO, I would think. Just not really an I played 14, Final Fantasy 14. That one was good. It was just endgame was so dull to me. It was very, very, very grindy, which, you know, that's what an MMO is supposed to be, but it was very, very grindy. But I guess that's like goes back to 11. I never played 11, but apparently 11 maybe was grindy. I'm not too sure. I have no clue. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, what was your guys' first experience? Like, where did your love for it go? And if you're not a gamer and you watch like video game playthroughs, like how does it? That's what does a non-gamer see interesting about video games being played? Like what interests them in watching a video game if they don't play games? Which I know it does. So it has, to me, it would be almost now, especially nowadays, it would be almost like watching a movie, depending on the game. But yeah, it's like watching. You take like Mass Effect, that whole series. That's like watching a freaking movie playing those games. And Mass Effect is amazing, very good series. Love it. Yeah. Favorite game of all time. My favorite game of all time. People who have asked me that and I've answered every time. Answered Earthbound on the SNES. Such a good game. The music's so good. I was listening to the music earlier today, actually. I was playing a different game. I was just listening to the music in the background. It's amazing. Makes me want to buy a Wii U so bad just so I can just for that one game. I'd buy a Wii U. And people are like, you can get it on emulator or whatever, but no, but I could use a Wii U for stuff too, I guess. Wii U's never hurt anybody. They never did me wrong. They look interesting. My brother had one at one point, and then I was like, hey, so that Wii U that you probably don't use anymore, can I buy it from you? Oh yeah, I got rid of it. And I was like, you bastard. I actually called him that too. Siblings. I'll just stand in your pool of goo and not care. And shoot missiles at you and stuff. Enjoy the missiles. They are your friend. Is there something I'm supposed to be killing? Oh, okay, that cleared up really quick. So yeah, let me know. Talk to me, and I'll talk back to you. You know, I may do more things like this where I just babble and just felt like talking about nothing in particular, which is what I do in my videos anyway. It's not like I say important things. I don't. I just comment about. Oh, and just so we can just to let people know, when I do commentate, I'm very snarky, sarcastic. I like to point out the things I think is funny, or not necessarily flaws, but things that I don't think make sense. I enjoy doing that. It does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that I don't like a game. It just means I like to poke fun at them. Like one of the ones I'm doing right now. So for you way in the future where I've already done it, you know, this won't mean anything. But I'm playing Broken Sword right now. Yay, the Rift Guardian's here, and I don't have my buffs or anything. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm playing Broken Sword, and I'm doing nothing but just like tearing that game up and making fun of it. But I love that game to no end. That game is amazing. The story is ridiculously funny. The characters are all kinds of whacked out, like over the top. If these people were real in real life, it would be ridiculous, and I would want to spend every waking second with them because, I mean, who wouldn't want to watch some weird-looking British lady, you know, try to be a cougar and it just be like, what are you doing? And talking about how she wants to put things down her panties so people will pat her down, and it's like, what? That'd be crazy, and you are a scholar to the human race. I love it. Eccentric people are awesome. Especially when they know they are, too. They're like, yeah, I'm crazy, but someone has to be, so it might as well be me. I like to think that's kind of how I am. I know I say and do things that are really weird, but You know, I'm at that point in my life where I just don't care. I do it anyway. I've earned it to myself to do it. Did I get anything good? Of course not. Give me that Forgotten Soul. I'll pick up everything. Pick up all the things. Give them to me. And we shall go back to town once again. You are returning to town. Yes, you are. You're amazing. And turn in. You. Yeah, that's what. That's what. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. And the rest, I'll just do it because boom. And that. Well, guys, I just felt like battling at you for a little bit. Play a little bit of Diablo. Run around. Shoot things. Bang, bang, bang. The crossbows don't go bang, 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 but it's whatever. So, I may do some more of these. Not like with Diablo, but just stuff where I babble, talk about whatever. Try to engage you. You talk back to me, like I said before. I'll talk back to you. I'll keep spinning around in a circle, get very, very dizzy, fall over. People will think I'm drunk. Cops will be called. All of a sudden, I'm naked. There's nipple tassels on me. I'm swinging around, calling myself Sweet Cherry Pie. I don't understand it. But until then, guys, you have a good one, and take care. Oh, and thanks for listening to me babble.